Hey, what is up, fellow raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and in today's Raid Shadow Legends video, we are going to talk about this surprise Ice Golem tournament, a special one that you're only allowed to use champions from the High Elves. So that is just one faction. Usually when we have this, we are given an entire 4 factions to choose champions from, but this one we only have one. It's good that the High Elves is one of the factions that has a lot of good champions in it, not only from the legendaries but also from the rares and the epics. So yeah, this actually just came around when they started the Rorik Wormbane fragment event. So for those free-to-play players out there, or if you're a new player in the game, you might be tempted to attempt the Ice Golem. If you're on the new side, like you've only started the game for a few months and you don't have that many gems saved up, then maybe skip this one. But if you're feeling kind of risky, feeling that you want to try this one out, because normally not a lot of players go for these events, because of course we have another fragment event that's going on right now, and maybe they simply don't have enough High Elves that are good to face the Ice Golem, so they tend to skip this one. And they usually give good rewards here. They give some shards, they give some books. So yeah, so take a look at your group tomorrow. Maybe they're not pushing hard for it, and if you see that you have a chance to maybe sometimes if you just squeeze in maybe 5 Ice Golem runs, you can get a lot of rewards from that 5 runs, because simply not enough players in your group decided to go for it. So it will depend on your situation, so check that when your group starts tomorrow. Alright, let us go through the High Elves that are excellent for the Ice Golem. Now for this team, you would want to bring a lot of defensive champions, because the Ice Golem does hit hard and he does hit often. So yeah, so you might want to bring a Reviver, some defensive champions. If you are lucky enough to finish your Arbiter missions, then you'll have her, because she has this AoE revive. And if you've done the Pixnil Fusion from a few months back, now she is a terrible champion, but she's actually kind of semi-decent for the Ice Golem because of her passive. If there is a freeze debuff on an ally, she has a 20% chance of stealing that. And if she has, whenever she receives a freeze debuff, she has a 25% chance of filling her turn meter by 25%. I mean, it's not huge. It's a 25% chance of filling the turn meter by 25%. I would rather this to be 100% chance, because it's just terrible. But Plarium already told us that she is due for a rebalance, so I really hope that they improve her kit. But if you don't have any other champion, Pixnil will do okay. But my Pixnil is not built up, because she is terrible as she in her current kit right now. But yeah, let's talk about some of the epics and the rares, because these are the more accessible ones, and you might have some of these and they will be useful for you. First one that I want to point out is Royal Guard. He is of course famous for his takedown ability that hits really hard. But I just want to caution, when using Royal Guard against the Ice Golem, you might take him down too fast, wherein he will hit you with that huge AoE hit while the 2 adds are still up, and that might wipe your entire team. So be careful when using Royal Guard. If he hits too hard, then you might want to take down his damage a little bit, so that you don't get nuked down by that Ice Golem. And he also brings a lot of debuffs. He has this decreased defense A1, decreased speed A2. So yeah, he will do some work against the Ice Golem, and he is a pretty good champion there. Tayrel would be excellent as well. He brings an A1 decreased attack, so that's a very consistent decreased attack. Plus, he is a defensive based champion, so he will last long in this fight. You do need more defensive champions here. He has this decreased defense as well in his A2. and a decreased turn meter in his A3. So yeah, Tyrell is an excellent champion. Plus, do not forget his ever so reliable aura. Increase ally defense in all battles by 25%. So he's just that one champion that you can plug because his aura applies to any and all battles. And yeah, it's a defense aura, which is useful practically everywhere in the whole game. Another good defensive champion is Tenacial. Now, I do think that a lot of free-to-play players or newer players, if they pull this, they actually build him up, use him. He's not that useful in the end game, but for a newer account, he can be of some use. His skill right here that increases the defense for all allies plus has that 25% heal on his own max HP. So just build him with a lot of HP, a lot of defense. He does not need to do damage as long as he is there to help put this increased defense on everyone and heal everyone in your team. That is what Tenacial is for. All right. For the rares, of course, we have Apothecary. Now, he is still one of the best rares in the whole game. For endgame players, they don't use him quite that often anymore unless you really need to use rares, maybe in some Doom Tower secret rooms. But yeah, in this case, because you're only limited to High Elves, Apothecary is probably a must bring champion in this game unless you're just end game and you have a bunch of legendaries, which in my case I don't have that many. I just have 4. So Apothecary will be excellent for many accounts. He does bring that heal and that increased speed and fill ally turn meter. Yeah, so he is excellent for this. If you have Elhain as your starter champ, she will also do well here with the double AoE on her A2 and A3. Yeah, very reliable. And the High Elves don't have a lot of revivers on their faction, but we do have Reliquary Tender. She is a void, but she's rare, so you might have her. She has this revive on a 5-turn cooldown. So if you don't have any reviver on your team, you might want to bring her. She also has this removes all debuffs from all allies. So if you're unfortunate enough to get a lot of freeze from the Ice Golem, having Reliquary Tender, this is on a 3-turn cooldown plus that heal. So this is a very useful skill to have, plus a small version of the decrease attack on her A1. So yeah, so we have some very high quality rares here: Reliquary Tender, Apothecary, Elhain, and of course some good epics as well. So yes, we do have a lot of good champions to face the Ice Golem in the High Elves. So just use whichever champion that you have, and I hope that you can do it. We'll see. And it's unfortunate that this is coinciding with the Rorik Wormbane Fragment event. I think this is Plarium's way of trying to make the player base spend money on the game because they are pressured to finish the Fragment event, this Special Ice Golem Tournament. But yeah, if you're a free-to-player like myself, we have to be careful about these kinds of things. All right, so I hope you found that useful. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck in your Fragment event, and if you plan to do the Ice Golem tomorrow. Right, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.